That's just my wife.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Ivo. How are you?
I'm feeling good, but um, I'm missing you next to me. I see that you're not here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm home, and this is like a really urgent live stream that I think we needed to do because of the changes in the statistics for the World Cup. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, we couldn't be together at our studio.
Well, the good thing is that the time that we live in, we can do anything we want from distance. So this is how we do it now, and that's a good thing. And I also heard some things about uh, intrigues going on in the World Cup, something that we talked about last time, but we didn't want to comment and speculate. And I was, at least I can speak for myself, I was pretty sure that in the coming days some intrigues are going to happen. And I think I was right.
Yes, I think you were pretty correct. We were looking at the stats and how the other countries were performing because last time I think we tried very hard to encourage other countries besides those who were shown on the map who had castles. We tried very hard to encourage everyone to participate, and we actually had a very nice activity in terms of the other countries who managed to acquire some castles since the 24th last week when was our last live stream. And I think it's a good time to actually comment on those intrigues, on the gossip that's been happening in the World Cup and in the game as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I have the map shared in front of us. So this is the live the map of the how the castles are currently situated and which country holds them. Of course, we can't see all of the um, all of the countries which acquired castles in the previous days, but we will later show the rankings as well and what has happened in the last 5 days.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I don't see much difference in the map as I see it now and as I saw it last week. Again, North Macedonia is dominating the territory, then Bulgaria, and then Romania. And I also see Peru. I'm not quite sure how many castles they had last week. No,
They had,
don't remember.
I think, they had two. Now they have three.
Yeah, well,
Um, yes,
yeah, and there has been some giving and taking. I'm not sure if I can use those words if they are politically correct, but there has been some let's say moving uh, of castles from one owner to the other, and we actually have the picture here with us. I can see that Peru and North Macedonia have been exchanging influence with conquering castles and letting them go back and forth, which is very interesting. For the last 5 days, it's been happening a lot. So I think the big intrigue is between North Macedonia and Peru. I don't know if they have any strategy. Um, Maybe you heard something about this that you want to share with us, Alex. I don't know. Do you think
I
there's
have
something between those
I
teams?
have been well. I have been watching the game and the changes that has been happening in the castles closely, and from my perspective, I think it's there's a little maybe an alliance happening between the other countries which are not in the first place. So, for example, I see a very big activity besides Peru, that they are actually only attacking North Macedonia and not the castles of, for example, Bulgaria or Romania. So I think there might be forming a formation of somewhat an alliance there. I'm not sure, just speculating, but from the stats, this is what I think it's happening.
Mm.
Um, of course, there's been a back and forth, which you mentioned. So, Peru has actively tried to acquire some castles from North Macedonia. They have taken them back. Here we can see which has happened on the 27th, but they're really actively attacking North Macedonia. And I think there is something going on. We can't really tell for sure, but as you asked, I from in my opinion, I think this is something that's been happening, and it makes sense because they're the strongest one currently,
Mhm.
North Macedonia, I mean. And when we come back to the influence points, we can see here in the beginning, so the first little table here, actually, Bulgaria is really close, not really, but they're twice less points to North Macedonia, but they are their influence points are in incline, so they can really quickly, with the help of other countries, for example Peru, they can really quickly catch up, in my opinion, until the 7th. So
Mm.
there's almost 1 week left, and there might be something happening there.
Mhm. So you don't think that, like, for example, Peru is scared of Bulgaria and Romania, and that's why they don't attack them, and they're pretty courageous to attack the strongest team. I don't know. This is a question that I would like to ask Peru. Are you guys really encouraged to fight against the strongest? And are you really ambitious to get higher in the positions? I'm curious. Do you have such ideas on your mind? And yeah,
I'm Yeah, that's a really good question from our perspective. I think it's hard to say, but that's what it looks like. I'm also looking at the comment section, and currently I don't think we have anyone from the Peru team who has joined us, but we do have some people who have been commenting and saying hi. Hi, Jose.
yes. Well, I think guys from Peru are sleeping right
Yes,
now. Maybe time zones are different, like in a way that it's night there. I'm not sure, but I'm sure they will see the recording later, and they can put some comment below the live stream recording and tell us if they have something to tell us.
we can also see, I think, that other countries have also started to make their entrances. We see, for example, countries such as Serbia, Mexico, Brazil, Croatia, Georgia. We have Turkey as well. They have also actively tried to get a hold of some castles here.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, which I really think is what the core of the World Cup is about. So seeing so many countries just, actively trying to increase their influence points, and at least, if not the first place, battle for the first place, at least try to get in the top three positions.
Yes. So, bottom line is that we have 10 really active teams: North Macedonia, Bulgaria, Romania, Peru, Russia, Croatia, Serbia, Brazil, Turkey, Georgia, and we see also Italy have some influence points right now in the rankings. So we can say it's a really interesting World Cup this year, and we are thankful to all those teams who make effort and who are showing a good game so far.
Yes, I think it's really nice to see, even though that I hope they don't get discouraged by the number of influence points that for example, the bigger 3 and 4 countries have.
Mm.
Um, I hope they don't get discouraged and they keep, continuing. They strive to acquire other castles. They continue to battle against the countries which currently uphold castles. And yeah, we see, and I hope we see their stats increased until next week as well.
Mhm. Mhm. Interesting things are happening. I don't know if we should go further in speculations, but maybe some teams are making coalitions against others. Um, I wouldn't like to name the teams, but we have already shown uh, the viewers our statistics, so I think they can figure things out their own. I mean, we can never be sure who is with who and who is against who, but we can speculate. And I personally would like to leave this to the viewers and to everybody who is interested in the World Cup, because there is a like almost week
Yep.
up until the end of the World Cup, so I think we should keep it quiet.
Oh, so you don't want to anymore speculate on what might happen?
Well, I personally wouldn't go further. Don't know about you.
I think it's what we would usually just let out is a bit of gossip from what we see in our statistics and maybe from what we've heard, but nothing more can be said until the final week next week and the final days. But
Hmm.
yeah, I can just add that I think there are some alliance being formed, and I think North Macedonia is not in one of them. From my perspective, from the active teams which are currently, still attacking the castles. Of course, we can see that also North Macedonia is really strong in obtaining those castles again from the countries which have taken them. So the final stats from yesterday actually show that North Macedonia actually got back 4 of their castles
Hmm.
from Croatia, Turkey, Georgia, and Brazil. So they don't even give them a chance to, um, get some more influence points by uh, having the castles.
Hmm.
So yeah, currently the stats were looking pretty similar to what we actually the last live stream we commented, but I think some things might change.
Well, I'm reading the comments now.
Yeah.
Philip is asking kind of a provocative question, according to me, because we see Romania and he's asking why Romania isn't playing this World Cup. While Rado is, as usual, very active. Thank you, Rado. And he says that he knows everything. So, Rado, if you know everything, please
Sure.
let us know and let us be aware of what's going on because we don't know anything. I swear, we don't know anything. We don't get it, and we don't see anything. So please let us know.
We're just here to look at the stats that you guys can also see in the website of the World Cup.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
I say we wrap things up and uh, let it be.
Yeah, we have actually Jose. He says in the comment section that he wants to actually be invited to the live stream next time and explain everything in detail what he knows.
Okay, we will keep this in mind.
Yeah, I think it's good to have guests sometimes, so we might consider it for the next one.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good idea.
Okay. Well, if we don't have any more gossip here to share, I think this might be the end, and we shall be also joining next week before the end.
Yeah. Let's go search for Mitko, and if we find him, we'll bring them next time.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for joining me, Ivo. It was
Thank you,
really
Alex.
nice to have you again to comment on this, even though from afar.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye, guys. See you next week.